Awesome. Shraddha, can you hear us? Do turn your camera on. Today is a very special occasion. We would love to see you. Do turn your camera on. There's nothing to be shy about. Go ahead. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Do let me know in the chat box, so we can then proceed. We do have Kathy and Shraddha in. Do let me know in the chat box.
I think Khyati's audio is still connecting.
Yes. That is one issue that we do have with Zoom, but no worries, she will connect soon. Awesome. So welcome all of you. So happy that all of you could join in. Today is a very, very special day for all of you. Today, your batch is graduating, and graduation sessions are the most important ones, right? We all remember our graduation days. And firstly, congratulations to all of you. You all have done a great job. I think I have seen you all in your cookies classes, and then now suddenly in your graduation class. This is awesome. This is amazing. Yes, Shraddha, so good to see you. Yes. Hello. I know everybody by name. I know how they look. That is the speciality I have with the culinary batch, right? So glad to see all of you all finally graduating today. Now, I would love to introduce myself. My name is Yolanda, and I will be your host for today's session. You know the drill. You can call me YOLO, Yo, whatever you are comfortable with. Okay. Now, a special thanks to all our Team Airblack members and also our Team Airblack who help you, the support team, Manik, who is always there with one call, right? Great. So how is everybody feeling? We have Shraddha, Kathy. How are you feeling? Do let us know. You can feel free to unmute. It's a small batch. Go ahead, Shraddha. How are you feeling? Finally graduating.
Yes, very much. Very good.
Awesome. What about Kathy? How are you feeling, Kathy? Let us know. Yes, please feel free to unmute. Nobody's muted here. Wow, we have Shreya, we have Gurbir. That's awesome. Great. So all of you have been part of Airblack, and you have all been a part of this mission to enable more people to do more of what they love, right? All along, Airblack has conducted over 100 workshops in the span of 2 months with 180 hours of learning. And all of you have spent 1 month and aced almost 30 plus mouth-watering dishes. So how was that journey for all of you all? Somebody can just tell a few lines about it. How was the journey? I think it was very memorable, a lot of mistakes, a lot of laughter, right? Yes, no, maybe?
The time just flew away. Don't know where the time has gone. It was a wonderful time we had all together learning. I don't think we made much of the mistakes, but yeah, had some confusions and always asked. Sorry.
No problem.
So I'll just add, after any mistake, there is a good learning, and learning always is a good experience as well. So I think it was a good experience. I think it covers everything here.
Yes, absolutely. And I think in front of me, I can see the finest bakers in the country, soon to be, right? I think all of you are super passionate. You all put in so much hard work and love in whatever you all do. So kudos to all of you. Now, this wouldn't be possible with our lovely experts, right? I think without them, we wouldn't have gotten that learning, correct? So let me call on Vedica to share a few words with all of you. Vedica, over to you. I think all of you love her. You know her in and out. She does not need any introduction. So Vedica, over to you.
Hello, everybody. Yes, Yolanda, I think by now everybody can introduce me much better than I can introduce myself. Even though we haven't had many sessions together in the batch, I remember doing breads. I remember doing the extra cake class, etc. But not to worry. I think I've spoken to you, all of you, in fact, enough outside of classes as well. And firstly, I am extremely proud of the journey that you've all taken. It's always a work in progress, no matter where you are. You're always learning, you're always growing. One thing I'd tell you today is the first thing that I would have told you whenever I would have met you. It is the same, that never be afraid to make mistakes, never be afraid to experiment with new things, because it's only with all of these little steps that innovation ends up happening. So yes, definitely, definitely, this is not the end. In fact, this is just the beginning. Now that you know the entire basics, now that you know the entire repertoire, now that you have a hold, you're in a great position to take a call of which direction you want to go to. Each world is huge. Each world is waiting for you to come and experiment with. And many of you, I think, through the duration of the course, so many of you started taking orders itself. I know, Shraddha, you're doing great work with your cookies. Kathy's been cooking wonderful food. Aziza just joined. Aziza, aap bhi aa gaye, finally. Yes. Aziza ne bhi kitna acha kiya. Gurpreet is there with her headphones always. मैं बहुत अच्छी हूँ अजीजा, आप कैसे हो?
ठीक है, बहुत अच्छे.
And everybody else as well. Kshitij is here, Shreya is here, and I know you have many other people in your batch as well. Each one of you has had such a good personal growth, and it's only going to be upwards from here. Only one thing to part with: never be afraid. Just keep going. You've had such a good learning curve for the last 2 months, and the world is yours to conquer. That's about it. Once again, the door will always be open. Feel free to drop me a text if you want to chat, if you want to show me something, if you have a question. The option will always be open. But beyond that, a lot of love to you all and good luck. Always, always.
Yes, thank you so much, Vedica. Does anybody want to respond back to Vedica? Please feel free to do so. I can spotlight you as...
I would definitely would say something about Vedica.
Yes, Kathy, go ahead.
So basically, when there were some, there are some tricks and everything. There are some tricks when we are, learning from experts. Okay, it matters a lot. Even if I know, like, suppose if I am doing that ganache, if I know what is the ratio, okay, like if it is 1:1 or 2:1, but still exactly to be more precise, how do I need to measure and from where exactly I can do it? I think Vedica was very much particular about it. She explained everything, not even once. It was twice, thrice she used to explain. And I think that is really commendable. And I think there are some many more tricks which I specifically learned from her and even other chefs as well. But it was never a tiring, a face or it was never seen on her face as well, so which was really very energetic. This is what I felt, and my experience on baking with her was really good enough. So yes, Vedika ke sath bada maza aa raha tha.
Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in many more classes beyond this. Yes, Shraddha, go ahead.
I think Vedika मैम के बारे में जितना भी बोला जाए वो कम है, क्योंकि techniques or science behind behind baking, everything she has taught us so well. Like सब मेरे ख्याल से वेदिका मैम सबके फेवरेट हैं. एक बहुत छोटी सी चीज है, मैं तो वैसे वेदिका मैम से बहुत कंटिन्यूस चैट पे रहती हूँ, बात करती रहती हूँ, मैम हमेशा मुझे हेल्प करते हैं. बट एक बहुत छोटी सी चीज है, जब एयरब्लैक का सेशन स्टार्ट हुआ था तो आई यूज टू वे थिंग्स, एक बोल में एक चीज, दूसरे बोल में दूसरी चीज, ऐसे करके 10 मैं बोल गंदे करती थी. वेदिका मैम के साथ जब से शुरू किया, शायद किसी ने नोट किया या नहीं किया, मैंने नोटिस किया कि सब कुछ इंग्रेडिएंट्स मैम वेइंग स्केल पे ऐड करते जाते हैं, जिसकी वजह से बर्तन गंदे कम होते हैं. तो मेरी मेड भी खुश रहती है और मैं भी. तो ये बहुत अच्छी सी चीज थी मैम के साथ. और बाकी तो शी इज फैबुलस, नो वर्ड्स फॉर हर. शी इज by nature she is so good and she is so helping. Really I want to, कितना मैं बोलूंगी कमी है मैम के लिए. she is too good.
Right.
Airblack में वेदिका मैम and अंगद सर.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Shraddha. Aziza, yes, please go ahead.
बहुत अच्छा वेदिका मैम का हमारे साथ एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा था. यानी डाउट्स वगैरह सब कुछ क्लियर कर दिए थे हम लोगों के. यानी जितना भी उनसे हमने सीखा ना, ब्रेड्स वगैरह या दूसरे जो भी सीखा है उनसे, बहुत अच्छा उनके साथ एक्सपीरियंस था. होप आगे भी जाके उनसे कुछ सीख पाए हम लोग उनसे. बस थैंक यू सो मच मैम.
थैंक यू अजीजा, थैंक यू सो मच. आई एम सो हैप्पी आप सबको मजा आया. एंड यस, मुलाकात होती रहेगी, उसमें तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अगर क्लास में नहीं तो क्लास के बाहर जरूर मैसेज कर दो.
Yes, absolutely. So nice to see that this batch is so knitted, right? All of you talk frequently. I think here Shraddha and Aziza also are really good friends, and they met because of Airblack only, right? If I'm not wrong. So nice to see all of you all so knitted. And again, once again, congratulations to all of you all on graduating. Now, this graduation ceremony wouldn't be possible without our chief guest as well, right? To facilitate this ceremony, I have someone on the platform with us. She is a celebrity chef, food blogger, TV show host who has won the title of the first runner-up on MasterChef India Season 4. She's also co-founder of Meraaki Kitchen and Cafe with Sage, leading innovative cafes in the culinary space. She has worked in collaborations with some of the most premium food brands in India like Nestle Milkmaid, Dabur Honey, Cornetto, ITC, and so many more. Everyone, please help me welcome Chef Neha Shah to the platform. Over to you, Chef.
Firstly, thank you, Yolanda. Firstly, I just want to say, before we start into anything, I think this room ki energy is like, it's mesmerizing. मतलब मुझे शायद इतनी खुशी हो रही थी just listening to all of you, जब ख्याति, श्रद्धा, अजीजा जी आप बात कर रहे थे, about your teacher. Because I feel that, Vedica, firstly, you have a beautiful smile and you're so amazing. I think that, when you have amazing teachers in life, that is when you grow. And to be very honest, I got very emotional here because, today, if I am who I am, I owe it to my mentors, people who inspired me, motivated me, and I owe it to a big part of who I am today to them. And अगर आप अपने teachers के साथ उस तरीके से connect कर पाए हैं, I'm telling you, sky is the limit, guys. मतलब मैंने क्या सोचा था कि मैं कैसे start करूंगी क्या, लेकिन शायद the energy of this room just changed everything. मुझे actually बहुत अच्छा लगा just listening to your experiences, and I'm sure कि ये बहुत दिल से आए हैं. Nothing of this was like कि this is actually it जब कोई चीज genuine space से आई है, and मतलब heartfelt congratulations to all of you for finding mentors in your life who can actually handhold you and get to where you want to be, is all I can say. So firstly, thank you, Airblack, for having me and associating with me for this Airblack Culinary Club's graduation ceremony. I am really honored to be in a room full of baking enthusiasts, which I'm sure you guys are all ready to shape the future of Indian culinary industry. And you will all take it, like, I'm sure, one level up. So I'm really amused how Airblack Culinary Club has conducted over 250 workshops in the last 4 months, which is actually an achievement, and it's more than 250 hours of learning, and each one of you in this room has spent over a month at the club, and you guys have aced more than 30 dishes. I mean, to perfect 30 dishes, you guys should actually give a pat onto your back, because that is actually like adding another feather to your cap, and congratulations to each one of you. I just hope and, wish to like see you all grow, and yeah, it's going to be an amazing journey. Later, I think in the session, I would definitely want to know, who came from what background, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and, who I am and how I got into culinary everything. Okay, so firstly, my name is Neha Deepak Shah, and I love cooking. Okay, so I'm a happy cook, I would say, and that's what actually got me into becoming, that's what actually got me into culinary. I grew up in Mumbai and I studied food science. I did not study culinary. I don't come from a culinary education background, but because I studied food science and technology, somewhere in my heart, there was a special space for food. Food held a very, very special space in my heart because bachpan se I saw that food is something that got joy to every person. Like I did not, मैं किसी को नहीं जानती जिसने खाना खा के बोला हो कि मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. मतलब अगर like every person feels happy eating good food. Come on, हम birthday पे केक क्यों काटते हैं? क्योंकि उससे हमें खुशी मिलती है, correct? So I realized कि खाना is something that brings people closer. So that was one joy that stuck with me, and I realized कि so at my house we always had dinners together. Our dinner was like a family meal, and no matter what, my dad always came in time and we all had dinner together. And I realized that it brought people closer. Like sharing a meal is the best way to get close to somebody, as they say. So dheere dheere the love for food kept on growing. And my love for food and experiencing new flavors stems back to childhood. And I think if I went to MasterChef, it is because of that. क्योंकि मुझे खाना खाना इतना पसंद था. I was always like, I'm telling you, I was one of those kids who would go to a restaurant and order the least ordered dish. मतलब like out of everybody's ordering idli, but me, I'm ordering something nobody orders. So, and I realized that I was the person who was loving to experiment. I was the kid who was really fond of food. So yeah, I mean, my parents were very supportive. They always like literally, I mean, they really gave me wings to fly. And my mom let me experiment. She would buy me whatever ingredients I wanted. Uh, at my house, we have a huge library. My mom actually owns more than 200 cookbooks herself. And this is like prior to the age of internet that I'm talking. There was no internet is a very, very new thing. Computers were a very, very new thing. So I grew up learning food from cookbooks. For me, even today, the icon is Tarla Dalal. She is the OG chef. Okay, like I would still like call. I mean, there can be like कितने भी fancy chefs आ सकते हैं इस दुनिया में, लेकिन nothing can beat what Tarla Dalal did to the culinary industry. So I feel that, I remember that I would always look at her cookbooks and see these amazing photos and, get so excited. And I would tell my mom that, make this and, we should experiment. We should make this. It's such an easy recipe. And I was like going and scouting for ingredients. And again, like I said, I was blessed with parents who like sometimes gave into my silly things also. I mean, पहले नहीं मिलता था, पहले Amazon नहीं था. एक दुकान पे जाके भटकना पड़ता था एक ingredient के लिए. So luckily, like parents were very, very helpful. I mean, to be honest, I think my mom is the best baker I've ever encountered. Even like she used to bake a cake. I mean, she's not a professional baker or anything, but she used to bake a cake every week. I mean, I was famous in my school for bringing cake. Like, birthday nahi hai, fir bhi ek ladki cake leke aa rahi hai, kind of thing. Like what I mean? Like, ऐसे बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जो बिना birthday भी lunch box में cake लेके आते. So I was one of those kids, and so because I watched my mom bake, I grew very fond of, baking and desserts. Like I became so fond of, just watching her bake, because I realized, I think baking is very magical, correct? बस flour, water, sugar, कुछ ingredients को mix करके कोई ऐसी चीज बनती है जो मतलब it's just so amazing. Like I think I was very, very fascinated. So I was an assistant to my mom. So that was my first sous chef job. I would call it. It was my first sous chef job. In fact, you know what? I still use my mom's baking recipes. Like the cake recipe that I make, even today, is my mom's recipe. And I don't know, she's been making it for some 40 some years. And I mean, like I take pride in it, So yeah, I mean, I grew fond of experiencing different cuisines, different flavors. If I had to say what is it that I really like, I feel that, I mean, honestly, I love baking, but I also love, cuisines, like hot kitchen and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just going to share one experience. I remember, like, see, this is at least 20 years ago, 20 se bhi zyada shayad, 20 some years ago, Italian food had just started becoming popular in India. Matlab, I'm talking about authentic Italian food, जहाँ पे lasagna होता था या cannelloni या थोड़ी fancier dishes. ठीक है, पिज्जा सबको पता था, लेकिन पास्ता was still a new thing. And मुंबई में एक नया इटालियन रेस्टोरेंट खुला था. And so by the way, I grew up in Mumbai. And I told my mom, हम उस रास्ते से कभी कभी पास होते थे. So I told my parents that there is a new Italian restaurant. We have to go there. So they took me to an Italian restaurant. And वहाँ पे जाके I ate cannelloni. It was a very new dish for me. Matlab, again, I was very intrigued to even order it because menu mein dekha and I was like, wow, this, how restaurants make it sound so fancy, na? Like come on, that's the marketing bit, which we will come to later and how important it is. But, when I saw cannelloni, I was like, I want to order this cannelloni and I want to see what it is. I ordered cannelloni and it blew my mind. I was like, how is this pasta aisa goal like a tube and, there's a stuffing inside it and there is a sauce. I got so excited. And we had an Italian cookbook. I mean, we had this multi-cuisine cookbook by Tarla Dalal. Okay, I went home and I saw कि कहीं recipe मिल जाए मुझे. Because obviously there was no internet, na? Google नहीं कर सकते थे. So I came home and I found something. उसमें lasagna था. Cannelloni नहीं था, lasagna था. And my cousins in the US, I asked them. तो one of them said, अरे lasagna तो बहुत easy है. यहाँ पे तो lasagna sheets मिलती है. तो मैंने कहा यहाँ पे तो कुछ नहीं मिलता. Like कहाँ मिलती है? 20-25 साल पहले कुछ नहीं मिलता था. So I somehow experimented and I made my first ever dish. It was a spinach and ricotta cannelloni. हालांकि उसमें कोई ricotta नहीं था, उसमें पनीर डाला था मैंने. लेकिन it was so delicious. I mean, I was very, very young at that point. And like I was so proud of it because मेरे घर पे guests आए थे and like with pride I told them, I made this. And I mean, there is pride in whatever you make, every creation of yours, we all take pride in it. मतलब चाहे वो रोज का खाना भी क्यों ना हो, हम इतना confidently किसी को serve करते हैं. So, and when people started appreciating it, I was on cloud 9. I was like, wow, like I can cook. Like, plus it rewards me with like, people appreciating me. And come on, all of us love being appreciated, and yeah, I mean, that is how my journey of, being somebody who loves to cook started. It would be very hard for me to tell you when it started getting serious. So I remember I was in class 10th. And how you're supposed to pick careers. I was an academically good student. So obviously academically अच्छे हो तो तुम science ही लोगे ना. ऐसा होता है इंडिया में, correct? मतलब science लेना है, obvious सी बात है types. So and I love science. Okay, so कभी किसी ने force नहीं किया. मैंने मतलब अपने मन से I took science and then class 11 हो गया, class 12 हो गया. Class 12 पे it started getting real कि भाई अब तो career path चुनना है. Like graduation किस में करना है ये सोचना है. फिर थोड़ा सा I think 12th की vacation was like anxiety mode for me because again like honestly मैंने अपने सारे vacations बचपन के मैंने हर हफ्ता कुछ बनाया है. I love to cook, so I was like अगर मैं hotel management कर लेती हूँ it will be amazing. But obviously how Indian parents can be sometimes, right? At that point my parents were like, hotel management, how are you going to like do it? I'm a vegetarian, okay, and I'm a vegetarian by choice. My parents were like, how are you going to do it? It's not possible. So I was made to believe that it is not possible. So I believed it was not possible. Okay, I truly believed कि शायद नहीं हो सकता, नहीं हो पाएगा मुझसे. But see, when you love something, you can't detach from it. Obviously, my love, it's true love, so you can't detach. So I found a course which was an engineering course. It was basically engineering technology course. It was food technology. I was like, chalo, kuch to food se rishta rahega. And I studied food technology and I realized that this is amazing. because it brings food plus science together, and this is fab. And I loved it. मैंने अपना career उसमें ही किया. I started my job with Dabur. Dabur was my first job, and then I went to an American company to become a flavorist. In fact, I know all you bakers, you surely use, like the flavors from the company I used to work for. Okay, I used to work for one of the world's leading flavor houses. So I loved it. Matlab, honestly, during that job, जब मैं flavorist का job कर रही थी, that was the tipping point for me. So what happened was, वहाँ पे मेरे एक boss हुआ करते थे. Actually, Dabur was the tipping point for me, I should say. It would be wrong to say that. When I was living alone, all this job life was in Delhi, and I'm from Bombay. And I started cooking because obviously अकेले रह रहे हो, job office के बाद तो बहुत time है. यूर विला पहले इतना डिस्ट्रैक्शन भी नहीं था, सोशल मीडिया भी नहीं था इतना, मतलब एट द मैक्स व्हाट्सएप था, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स भी नहीं थे. सो लाइक मतलब मैक्स लेवल ऑफ मतलब ऑर्कुट, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑर्कुट का जमाना. कुछ नहीं था, इतना कुछ था नहीं सोशल मीडिया. सो आई स्टार्टेड कुकिंग. ऑब्वियसली आई वाज फेयरली यंग, आई वाज जस्ट 20 years old. कोई मेजरमेंट्स का कोई अंदाजा नहीं. I had no idea कि कितना सामान बनाओगे, how much will be made. And I realized कि I was making so much food, and I was carrying all this food to office to share it with my colleagues. And my colleagues were like, wow, this is such good food. And one of my friend, she said, what, MasterChef season 2 is happening. You must go for it. I was like, really? You think my food is that good? So I feel that, a little motivation goes a long way in life. Like I just want to say this from the bottom of my heart. If you like somebody's work, please go all out to appreciate them. You know why? Because that little motivation will actually push them to excel beyond their limits. And I'm not exaggerating. वो थोड़ा सा motivation होगा, you will work harder to improve. You will work harder to get better. And the reason I'm narrating this today is because I actually come from really, really, really humble beginnings. From a girl who knew nothing about cooking to, learning it all on my own, having like a zillion failures. And I'm going to tell you, like what you see on social media today is not the perfect picture. We all portray the best sides of ourselves to the world, but there is a lot जो चलता है पीछे. बोलते हैं ना, स्क्रीन के पीछे बहुत कुछ चल रहा है, right? So the same thing, so I mean, MasterChef happened, season 2 happened. I did not qualify on season 2. Then I went for season 3. I did not qualify. Season 4 happened. I qualified and I became a finalist. So again, like I think I'm also the kind of person, if I set my heart on something, I want it. मतलब मुझे वो, I will make sure that I work to get it. Want से क्या होता है? There's nothing like I want it, right? You got to work to make it happen. So yes, MasterChef happened. So see, obviously MasterChef is amazing. It's a beautiful platform. Lekin what you do after MasterChef is what matters. And please tell me honestly, how many people do you remember from MasterChef? Most of us do not remember people. Apart from my own season, I don't know who was on MasterChef today. So what you make of yourself post that success is what is forever. Because yaad rakhna, मैं आपको एक चीज बताऊंगी, even for all your businesses that you guys are going to do, out of sight is out of mind. You have to work hard constantly. Today, the world is very competitive. You have to work hard to make sure that you make yourself visible. Like people have to see your work and you have to add value to them. And post MasterChef, obviously people are like, oh, open a restaurant. Just start a restaurant. And I was like, yeah, maybe it is the obvious thing. Let me start a restaurant. And I ventured out into opening a restaurant post MasterChef. It was a disaster. I went into a partnership with somebody. I was almost cheated And you know what? I'm still fighting that legal case from 2015. So I'm talking about even 7 years later. It was a disaster, but again, to be honest, I do not regret it because, and honestly, I'm being very candid, and I don't think I've ever spoken about this on any public platform. That uh, I mean, it's okay. You learn from every experience. As Kathy mentioned in the beginning, every failure is a learning. So because I learned something out of it, I grew out stronger. I became wiser, I would say. And that is something no education can teach you. कोई आपको सिखा नहीं सकता कि like how do you become wise? That is only what experience can teach you. And that actually got me to the beginning of a full-fledged restaurant. Meraaki Kitchen was my first baby, and it was a dream. It was nothing short of a dream. you know um, i I really think that if my friends did not encourage me, if my colleagues did not encourage me, I would not land where I did. And like I said, I owe it to them. When I did my second job, I met my boss, and he's one of the most phenomenal human beings ever. I used to he's a very, very old man, and he used to shuttle between Chennai and Delhi, and he obviously could not digest a lot of outside food, and I realized he was ordering food every day bahar se, but वो कुछ खाते नहीं थे. And I would offer him my food. Why don't you eat from mine? This is homemade. So over time, 2, 3, 4, 5 हफ्ते निकल गए उस company में. Then one day I told him, please don't order food for yourself. I cook for myself. I'll cook for one more person. And I started cooking food for him every day he was in Delhi. And there was obviously, I got an opportunity to experiment, and make new food for him. Then we had another person who joined into our office. She was a Britisher. And, I was like, wow, we have a British woman in the office, and let me show her what Indian food tastes like good Indian food tastes like, beyond restaurant food. So I started cooking, and, these two people, they were so supportive, and they were really, really nice, because when I got the opportunity to be on MasterChef, they said, it's okay, you can take a leave. You can take a leave and go, because to be very honest, I had a very, very, very well-paying job. Okay. And to put that at stake takes a lot of, I think I would say internal conviction, a lot of internal belief, to be able to believe in yourself and say, let me do this because I don't want to regret it for the rest of my life. And my bosses were like, it's okay, just take a leave and go. We'll see. We'll manage, we'll handle, and MasterChef season 2 say season 3, season 3 say season 4. And I was very determined. I was like, I have to make something of this opportunity and take food to the next level, because honestly speaking, I knew what I had to offer. Okay. I know one thing, that there are a zillion people on this planet who cook amazing food, but they don't cook food like you, because you are unique. What you do is so unique. Today, if Vedica is sharing, her tips and tricks, it's coming from her personal experience, and no two people's personal experience can ever be the same. We are all so unique. I'm telling you, and I'm sure all of you will 100% agree to this. हम सबको अगर सेम रेसिपी कार्ड दिया जाएगा और हम सब सेम रेसिपी बनाएंगे, तो भी हम सबकी डिशेस अलग होगी. Why? Because all of us have a different style. So I really feel that every person who cooks is an artist. Okay. And every artist has a signature style. Okay. So just a little belief in yourself, and just believing that, whatever, let me tell you one thing, competition zindagi bhar rahega. You think I don't have competition? I'm competing with so many people But you know what? Internally in my head, for externally, yes, other people might be competition for me. Lekin mere dimag mein, I know that, I just want to compete with who I was yesterday. I want to be better than myself. And I will make sure I work hard to get better than myself. I also want to say something about, see, MasterChef ke baad, I was not on social media, guys. 20th March 2020 is when the lockdown happened globally. 20th या 21st या 22nd March तक पूरी दुनिया में लॉकडाउन हो चुका था. Flights बंद हो चुकी थी. By the way, I'm based in Dubai now, and I was in Dubai, and suddenly I had no way to go to India. Okay, because flights बंद है, सब बंद है, मेरे restaurants बंद है. ठीक है, तो obviously staff को सबको छुट्टी पे भेजना पड़ा. Everything, मतलब, all of it. And I realized कि I had too much time. मेरे पास suddenly free time आ गया. And obviously free time में दो चीजें कर सकते हो. एक तो है कि मैं वाइन करती रहती कि अरे मेरे रेस्टोरेंट बंद हो गए, हाउ विल वी मैनेज एक्सपेंसेस, बिजनेस कैसे चलेगा, पैसे कैसे आएंगे, सैलरीज कैसे देंगे. या तो मैं उसके बारे में हर दिन सोच के अपना दिमाग खराब करती. करेक्ट, एक वो ऑप्शन था मेरे पास. दूसरा ऑप्शन था कि लेट मी फाइंड समथिंग पॉजिटिव इनटू दिस. जब से मैंने रेस्टोरेंट चालू किया था ना, लाइक आई डिड नॉट हैव सो मच टाइम टू कुक एट होम. I almost like forgot the process कि घर में भी खाना बनाना होता है. दिल्ली में तो हमारे घर पे कुक थी, so I realized कि now I have too much time to cook at home, and suddenly all these friends, all my close friends started messaging me saying that, listen, can you share the recipe of cake? Can you share the recipe of momos? Can you share the recipe of how to make a pizza? I was like, okay, these are also the foods I want to eat. Okay, so I'm going to cook it any which ways and I'll share the recipe also. ठीक है? So I realized कि मैं एक-एक मेरे friend से क्या share करूँ. Let me share it on social media. Let me share my work on social media. And, suddenly I realized that people beyond my inner circle are seeing these recipes, making them and messaging me. And I was like, wow. And suddenly my social media, so I was at 8,000 followers on 21st or 22nd March. Okay. And today I'm at 265K. I'm not boasting numbers here. The reason I'm just telling you my journey and the graph, So, and you know what? These people, I call them my community, because honestly, I've chatted with a lot of them. Okay? And it is really a community. And there is only one thing that binds us, and that is food. As bakers, especially, I'm going to say something about bakers. Bakers, you guys bring unconditional joy to people. Okay? Most times you bake when you're celebrating something. It is such a celebratory thing. And to be a part of, people's happy moments, what could be better? I mean, it definitely can't get better, to touch lives in such a unique way. To be able to add that little zing of positivity, into somebody's life. And I mean, food is a very, very emotional thing for me. It genuinely is a very emotional thing for me. For me, it is beyond God. And I really, really respect it a lot. And as budding bakers, as somebody who loves to cook, I would say, like Vedica said, you've actually like tightened your basics. Okay? Basics, agar aapki basics clear hai na, sky is the limit. Like, Vedica can teach you today कि चलो केक कैसे बनाते हैं, केक के बैटर की रेसिपी क्या है. But tomorrow, if you want to make new, unique flavors, nothing stops you from doing it. Like today we see so much fusion happening and so much like going on, A few days back, I had a summer cupcake workshop. And these cupcakes are definitely not available in normal stores. I was making a tender coconut and rose cupcake, and I was doing like a blueberry cheesecake cupcake and things like that. So I'm saying once, like, you guys actually had an opportunity of a lifetime that Airblack Culinary Club gave you, because by doing this, you've actually strengthened your basics, and now it's like your canvas. A base is like your canvas. The only way you will become unique is when you put your spin to it, and only you can do it. Like I said, see, सबका mental approach अलग होता है. हमारे दिमाग में क्या चलता है ये कोई नहीं बता सकता. Correct? सबका style अलग होता है. I would genuinely say one thing, as a small little Vishesh Tippani, that, find your niche, find your niche and keep on sharpening it. Keep on getting better. अगर आपने आज कोई चीज बनाई है, if you've made a cake, even if it's a basic pineapple cake, research ways every time you make a cake to make it better. Today, I mean, honestly speaking, we have access to so much information that I don't think pehle tha. The other thing is that what I truly believe, especially for baking, is that basics are everything. Once you know कि measurements कैसे करना है, once you know कि cake बनाने के basics क्या है, how is a cake different from a cookie, if you understand the science behind it, and if you understood it from the right mentor, you'll never go wrong. It's a promise. You'll never go wrong. And see, obviously, हम अगर आज YouTube पे देखेंगे तो इतनी recipes हैं, लेकिन सब recipes थोड़ी successful होती है. कितने fails होते हैं. Because, see, having a mentor in your life, I mean, I would say it is underrated. Okay, having a good mentor in your life is underrated. If you found somebody who inspires you, motivates you, please cling on to them. I would say just cling on to them, because they will actually take you like far in life, and I don't want to like keep on like blabbering, but yeah, these are just, like little experiences, from what I've learned, and I would call myself a decent baker. I bake well, I would say, and I think my cakes are really nice. But like I said, cake to koi bhi bana sakta hai, right? If I don't put my signature onto it, how, ऐसा आपका dessert ऐसा होना चाहिए कि उसको देख के पता हो कि ये किसने बनाया, like इतना unique होना चाहिए. Like, it should be so unique, and I mean, I never shy away from saying that I get inspired from a lot of chefs in the world. Okay, like मुझे I don't know if, like, because I'm baking की बात कर रहे हैं, and I call them my baking mentors. They don't know me, but I know them. Okay, so Adriano Zumbo, I used to watch all his like shows and everything that he did, and I was like, wow, this guy is a genius. How can he make things so well? Like, how is he so good? And like, look for inspiration here and there. Like, look for inspiration. And साथ ही साथ एक और चीज बोलूंगी, since all of you are now graduating, and इसके बाद you will take the next step, which is going to be put whatever you've learned into like practice and real use. Take some time. पहले तो सोचो कि पहले तो सोचो कि how do you want to distinguish yourself from what's available in the market? पहले तो, ठीक है? See, I'll tell you, when you think of business, it is very important that think practically. ठीक है, सोचो कि पहले तो गैप क्या है. आप जहां से ऑलरेडी कुछ ऑर्डर करते हैं, हाउ डू यू थिंक, कई बार हम खाते हो बोलते हैं ना, अरे इससे बेटर तो मैं बना सकती हूँ. बोलते हैं कि नहीं? कम ऑन प्लीज, हम बोलते हैं, ठीक है. मुझे पता है हम कितनी बार बोलते हैं कि इससे बेटर तो मैं ही बना सकती हूँ, ठीक है. मैं तो बोलती हूँ रेस्टोरेंट्स में जाके कई बार, ठीक है. तो बना सकते हो तो बनाओ. यू नो लाइक व्हाट इज स्टॉपिंग यू, राइट. एंड मतलब आपका प्रोडक्ट इतना अच्छा होना चाहिए दैट आपको पता है कि ये बेस्ट है, करेक्ट. सो वर्क ऑन योर नीश. नेवर never compromise on quality. Okay, quality at the cost of, किसी भी चीज की कॉस्ट पे क्वालिटी नहीं आ सकती, ठीक है. तो इस चीज का मतलब I shoot a lot of content, you know. I shoot a lot of content and I have a videographer who is 11-12 years younger than me. He's a really young boy. And that day he was like, अरे यार ये नहीं करते ना, अपन नहीं करते. I said नहीं, क्यों? I said कोई भी चीज से अगर क्वालिटी हैम्पर होगी, मतलब I said 4 घंटे एक्स्ट्रा लगेंगे, मुझे चलेगा, but nothing, no compromise at the cost of quality. Okay, so even for like baking, in a world full of substandard, be like high standard, you know. So there is a lot of substandard in the world, yeah, but you don't have to be substandard. We just have to be the best, is all that I want to say. You know, somehow I want to say one thing, that it gives me a lot of pride when I see women in a room full of, you know, like, or women who are set on entrepreneurial journeys. And again, I'm not going to be sexist here, because gaye wo din jahan hum bolte the women are oppressed and this and that. No, women are not oppressed, okay. But what I want to say is that women come with a lot of other responsibilities, right? We all have other responsibilities in life. And when I see women who are ready to take charge of their life and excel, honestly, it gives me a lot of pride. I'm sorry for the men in this room. I'm really, really sorry if I said something wrong. But why I say this is because, you know, इतने सालों से, like, हमारे social laws ऐसे रहे हैं that men are the breadwinners of the family, women are the homemakers of the family, correct. But when women say that, oh, I can do both, you know, and I will not let the other compromise, and women are ready to take charge of their life, to being independent, there's nothing like it. I really want to say something, guys. Financial independence is everything. Matlab, please don't mistake me here, but financial independence is everything. It is underrated, okay. It gives you the kind of confidence that is transformatory. Today, if I earn even 10,000 rupees, it's my money. I can spend it the way I want and not feel guilty about it, correct. And that is for every person. You know, I started working very early in life. You know, I actually started my first company when I was 16 years old. Okay. It was an event firm. It was an event management company that I started.
Excuse me, I'm very sorry.
No.
Actually, I have 2-3 orders today. And
I'm so sorry. I don't want to like overshoot. Yeah. Sorry,
so,
Shraddha.
So I'm in a little bit hurry. Actually, I'm also nervous because I have to finish by 6, and 7:30 I have to give another order. And as Vedica ma'am also knows, I have a big cookie ka order, though wo bhi mujhe complete karna hai, kal mujhe dena hai. So I'm really wanted to be there. Abhi matlab Yolanda, if you can tell me what will be the next thing so that I can leave the session then.
Yes, absolutely, Shraddha. You can be in the session and you can go ahead by doing your orders. You can always keep the meeting on, no worries. Anyway, we are going to wrap up within some time. It was a 1-hour ceremony, so don't worry. And itna nervous mat hona, you've got it. Okay, I think today's your graduation. Today you should own up. Today you should shine. So don't be so nervous. Just relax. Everything will happen. You can switch off your camera if you want, and you can proceed for your orders.
Okay, thank you.
Yolanda, am I like overshooting on time? Please, like, give me like one, like.
No. Actually, whatever you
just
are
give me a nudge, and you'll be like, Neha, stop it, man.
No. I think what you said was truly something that all of us needed to, listen. And I think it was a very unwinding session with you, because I mean, most of us are so nervous. We need to find our ground sometimes, right? And when someone like you does come on the platform, it reminds us from where we started, what is our aim, what is our goal, and what we should work with.
Absolutely.
Because we do need that. So thank you so much. But
and
yes,
again, one more thing, I would genuinely like to be connected with each one of you here. I think I'm one of the most accessible people on Instagram, I would say. You can, I mean, I don't know how I can value add to you, but feel free to reach out to me whenever you need help. Any one of you.
Absolutely. I have shared Chef's Instagram link in the chat box as well. So please feel free to reach out to her. She's always there. Okay, cool, awesome. So, Chef, would you like to now announce a special announcement?
It's the moment. Is it the moment already?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, guys, the moment is here. And I just want to first say that you should all be very proud of yourself, of what you achieved, and how far you've come. And I'm sure your mentors are equally proud, because trust me, there is nothing better for a teacher than seeing their students shine. Okay. And today, so honestly, I'm like waiting to see how, like, I'm actually waiting to see what you guys create. Today we do have a winner, and the winner is none other than the very smiling Khyati Shah.
Yes, congratulations, Kathy. This is on basis of your portfolio. I think all of our members have done an amazing job, but you just stood out. So congratulations, Kathy. I'm going to share her portfolio as well quickly. Big congratulations. This is her portfolio.
1 second, I would like to do a recording of it. 1 second,
Yes.
please.
Absolutely.
Khyati is overjoyed.
1 second. Hold on. I'm super excited. Let me ask everybody to check it out in my family. Just 1 second.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
My portfolio has been a winner on Airblack. So this is what they have been sharing it out. So basically,
This is so cute. Yes, Kathy, congratulations. You also win a voucher worth 2,000 rupees. Kudos to you. This is awesome. This is amazing. Congratulations. So happy for you. And for my other members, do not be Yes.
Can you just reshare it again? I have with me my mom, and I would like to share this with her as well.
That's a proud moment. Absolutely. I would love to do it. There you go. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was lovely. What do you think, Chef? How did you like the portfolio?
It's amazing. Khyati, what is really amazing is that you already have so many certificates to yourself. And, I mean, I am like a zillion% sure that you're only going to get better with every passing day. Remember one thing, that baking is all about practice. Okay. And baking is all about practice. So please do like more and more. Do it every day. Keep falling in love every single day. You have a super nice portfolio. Super nice.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to, get something really good out of it.
I'm glad.
Airblack as well. Thank you so much for giving that opportunity and that voucher as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Kathy. Once again, congratulations. And congratulations to all our members for graduating. I think we can wrap up with the ceremony. Does anybody want to come ahead, share some few words? The floor is open. And yes, Neha has been so sweet. I think I would hear her the whole day out if I had the session going for on and on, because she's so sweet. She has so much of, I mean, Vedica and her both, right? There's some kind of rapport, some kind of connect. So thank you so much, both of y'all, Vedica and Neha. It was lovely having y'all on the platform. And there's so much to
I have something, Ronaldo, to ask Chef.
Yes,
Neha. Since you said you have your hotel over here in Mumbai, if I'm
Not
not
in
wrong.
Mumbai.
Okay.
It's in Jaipur, Khyati. I grew up
Okay,
in Mumbai.
okay.
So when I first started a restaurant, I started it in Mumbai.
Okay.
It was a disaster. Okay, so it did not go very well with my partners. So I had to pull out of it, and then I started my restaurant in Jaipur.
Well, I think now we're all motivated enough to just travel to Jaipur and book a seat
Ooh.
there.
Or you guys should all come to Dubai as well.
Yes.
That's another
I'd love
option.
to catch up.
Yes, absolutely. That's great. So thank you so much, Vedika and Neha, for both of you are taking the time out and sharing so many things on this graduation ceremony. And yes, have a lovely to
Oh, I
all
think
our
her voice.
Yunala,
Yeah.
I have to say, Chef, I'm coming to Dubai by June and July. I would personally meet you.
Please message me, Khyati. 100%. I will definitely catch up with you.
Done. I'll ping you on Instagram.
Done.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone. All the very best for your future ventures. Keep shining and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. Thank
See
you
you.
so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations to everyone.
Bye.